champions of Europe again!
Welcome to Cop 10 League Cup Memories, a competition that's provided some truly great occasions for Reds fans and, more importantly, no fewer than 7 trophy lifts. Add to that some spectacular goal-scoring feats and it all makes for a fascinating trip down memory lane. We begin with a day back in October 1993 when Fulham felt the full force of a certain Robbie Fowler.
At number 10.
It's only as far as Rob Jones there. 35 yards out, tries a shot, stopped by Stannard and put in by Robbie Fowler. What are they going to do here? 9-men wall. Run it, squares it. Fowler finishes it. Great finish, great set piece. 2-0. Hutchison holds it up, waits for a little bit of support. Has it now in Rob Jones. Great run from Jones. 100 yards is made, and Fowler finishes that one off as well. A hat-trick for the youngster. Just 10 minutes gone in the second half. Robbie Fowler has completed his hat-trick, a true hat-trick as well. Jones, good cross, and Fowler with a rush-like finish. Almost for every Liverpool pass now. Dix, good cross, and a diving header. Well, he's scored with virtually every part of his body, Robbie Fowler. That's his 4th goal of the game. A precise pass from Julian Dix, and he flew in there. Round of long since departed. The trip down to London. Could this be 5 for Fowler? Yes, it is. What a remarkable feat from the 18-year-old. Nigel Clough this time laying on the pass. What a fantastic pass. And he's so cool in front of goal.
That's go down in history, that game. Like, it's brilliant for me. I comes in, I score against them on my debut, and we get them back to Anfield, beat them 5-0, and I scored the 5, and I was made up.
In at number 9, we've got a goal that's become known as a hidden gem, basically, because nobody could find any footage of this game against Manchester United in 1985. It looked as though it would remain forever as just a happy memory until Jan Molby dug a long-forgotten and rather dusty videotape out of his attic.
At number 9.
Molby takes it off right side and then comes forward powerfully. The Dane just past Clayton, back more as if he wasn't there. Molby all the way into the penalty area. What a goal! Jan Molby with a 40-yard burst. An absolutely unstoppable shot. He went past 3 players.
I remember the crowds going absolutely bananas. I'd already been at Anfield for almost 18 months and played and seen some great games and some great goals scored at Anfield, but I felt this was something else. If I didn't know, I realised there and then that this is our rivalry, this is the team we want to beat. And the reaction from the crowd, it took a little while actually. It wasn't an instant reaction, because I think 1 or 2 of them kind of went, what just happened there, you know? But once everybody realised we've just equalised, yeah, the reaction was fantastic.
Next up, we've got a feast of goals, one of those days when everything hit the net. Liverpool were away to Stoke City on this day in November 2000 and slammed 8 past the Potters.
At number 8.
Was playing with fire and hugely dangerously, and Fulham must score. Somehow he's hit the post. Fowler won it well. Cross towards Ziga. As simple as that. Babel. Well, that could turn into a good ball for Vladimir Smica. 2-0 Liverpool. Flicked on by Hupia. On by Fowler. 3. It's Marcus Babel. McAllister's corner. Now it's 4. And this time it is Robbie Fowler. Ziga by the flag. Murphy. Ziga. Murphy. Must be. Yes. Ziga. Oh, Fowler is onside here. It's Robbie Fowler with bags of support. He's given it to Murphy. Game and first set Liverpool. 6 goals, 6 scorers. And poor Carl Muggleton hasn't had a prayer. Dorigo gave it away to Ziga. Ziga through for Fowler, who is onside here and in on goal. Robbie Fowler. Liverpool lead by 7. A magnificent 7 goals to 0 away from home. And they've never ever won by that margin in this competition on their travels before. Bonnelly through the inside right channel, and the goalkeeper has come and Bonnelly's gone over him. That's got to be a penalty. Hat-trick for the skipper. Luxuriance for Liverpool. They have lost count. It's only 8-0 to Liverpool.
Everyone loves a final, and particularly when it's a victory, with Manchester United on the receiving end. This was a Cardiff occasion and provided a particularly memorable South Wales away day back in March 2003.
At number 7.
I think finals like that live in the memory for a long, long time. You know, you can win a league game against Man United or Everton, whoever it may be, but the finals are special, and that day was my best experience of Cardiff, definitely.
Away by Brown, but it's Danny Murphy here. Oh, lovely, away from Keane. Beautiful touch to take it away from the United captain.
Jardine put strong teams out. From the 3rd round, I think we joined in, and that goes to show how much we wanted to win it. And especially, as you say, drawing Manchester United in the final, I think every time we play them, we always want to beat them.
Now Scholes. Giggs looking to get out to the left and gets the better of Carragher. Narrowly wide.
I would think that Manchester United wanted to win it as well, especially against us.
Gerrard going for it, deflected! In! Liverpool get the lead, it's a pile driver from Gerrard!
I think scoring any goal for Liverpool is always a special moment, a great feeling. But to score in the final makes that extra bit special.
The first one just flew past me somewhere. I was just in front when he hit it, and I just, you know, chased Stevie as fast as I could, couldn't catch him.
It's Michael Owen, the chance to finish it here. Owen! Yes! And Michael Owen now has surely won the cup for Liverpool.
It's a great stadium. I think everyone loves going down there. Liverpool players and Liverpool fans have been very lucky over the years. We've had a few trips down there. It's a great place to go.
I was well behind Michael when he was running up the pitch, as everyone else was, and just a sense of relief when he scored. But a good performance as well, which was important. You know, we didn't win the final, luckily.
Sami Hyypiä has had his hands on the FA Cup and the UEFA Cup as captain. And now he will get his hands on the Worthington Cup. It's Liverpool's season in this competition.
Welcome back to Cop 10 League Cup memories. 4 down and 6 to go, with a sequence of trophy triumphs on the agenda from here on in. In February 2001, Birmingham were the opposition in a final that was to provide the first cup in an historic treble.
At number 6.
Heskey won it, Fowler's onto it, Fowler's hit, Fowler's goal! Always Robbie Fowler's competition, and Liverpool's search for a trophy shows signs of finding its destination. 27 League Cup goals now in 32 appearances, and this was one of the best.
Yeah, there doesn't look anything on. You wonder whether Bennett has strayed off his line a little bit too much and left him plenty to lob at, but that's about vision. That's about a natural predator.
Heskey's won it, Smits onto it, side netting. McCarthy. Good cross. Out by Babel. Chased in by Granger. Came to O'Connor. Tackle. What is it? Penalty! Lifeline. What a moment for the individual. What a moment for the club. Purse equalises. McAllister. Ziga. Harman. Liverpool's free kick, and he wanted to play on Dietmar Harman. He's been booked. He ought to be careful what he says and does. He's on the ball here. It's Harman's drive! He's hit the post! First man up for Liverpool is Gary McAllister, a player who, of course, has missed the most high profile of penalties in the past, internationally. For Liverpool, who have won a European Cup on penalties, who were the first to win an FA Cup semi-final on penalties, and are now involved here with McAllister first up, and he scores. Granger, save. Advantage Westerveld and Liverpool. Two for Liverpool, none better than that. That was a cracking penalty kick. Top corner, unreachable. Hurst for Birmingham, he's got it right again. It's another first-class spot kick. It's Ziga for Liverpool. Again, very, very good. All for those who watch on in Birmingham colours. It's Marcelo. Cool, cool. Dietmar Harman of Germany and Liverpool. He saved it! Stan Lazaridis to make it 3-3. And he does. Oh. Well, would you be prepared to do that?
And he hasn't. There have been some excellent penalties.
Sixth penalty taker for Liverpool is Jamie Carragher. Another local lad, a brutal boy. Local hero. Can he? Saved! It's a horrible moment for the young man, but it is Liverpool's trophy, a cup in the cabinet. The goalkeeper is the star of the moment. And bedlam ensues. Just one small step for Robbie Fowler, representing one massive step forward for Liverpool Football Club. 6 years since the last time, Liverpool are prize winners again.
The 1995 final pitched the Reds against Northwest opposition in the shape of Bolton Wanderers. But if the Trotters had ambitions to topple the Reds at Wembley, they hadn't reckoned on Steve McManaman.
At number 5.
Liverpool in red, Bolton in white. The 1995 Coca-Cola Cup final about to get underway. A place in Europe in the UEFA Cup next season at stake here this evening on a beautiful, blissful summer's evening. And the first touch there for the Bolton keeper, Keith Brannigan. Thompson with the shot. Oh, and a terrific shot it was, and an excellent piece of goalkeeping there by James. Thompson caught that superbly on the volley as the ball was coming down. And this looked goal-bound. On its way down, on its way up, on its way in. No, just flicking the top of the crossbar after that excellent piece of goalkeeping by James. Barnes. McManaman. Oh, great run by McManaman. Can he finish it off? He has! McManaman for Liverpool.
That's been on
on the cards, and this is a great run, and he doesn't just stop and have a shot, he goes on. I think the goalkeeper, he nutmegs someone here yet. The goalkeeper will think he may have done better, Brian. He's laid down a little bit early and sold himself, but it's a great run, and this is where he is so difficult to stop. Here he goes, takes on one. Nutmeg.
Terrific goal, and he's only scored one since October until today. The boy from Bootle has put Liverpool 1-0 ahead. And now Stubbs driving that ball forward, getting McGinley. James is away out of his goal, and Patalainen just wide. Oh, there's a warning for Liverpool.
Yeah, real warning, Brian, and he was unlucky. I mean, he did ever so well to get such a good strike on it, but I don't know what David James is doing running out in this situation. And there's no doubt about it, if he hits the target, there's not a lot he can do.
Roy Evans, Ronnie Moran, Livermore on the left there. This time finding Ian Rush. He's got Seagraves right there with him. He's played it in for Bonnerby. Oh, against the post. McManaman turning it in, and Stubbs taking it on that ample chest of his and bringing it away. What about this one, Kevin?
Oh, it's a great ball back. He does ever so well to hit the target, but he's never going to score for Liverpool, is he? You said he hadn't scored. I didn't realise that. But that's as close as he surely must have come. Great ball from Rush through the legs of the defender. And a great run from Bjornaby.
Redknapp to McManaman. Oh, good play here by McManaman. He might finish it here. A super second goal.
That's just sheer class, Brian. There's no other word for it. This guy is having the time of his life out there on that Wembley pitch. He's hit the ball over the bar 3 or 4 times. Watch this for a run. And the finish, if he was 30 years old, it was Ian Rush, you'd say, well, he does that all the time. Watch it, just a side foot, pass it into the net. Keeper gets a slight hand on it, but there's nothing he can do. And you get the feeling that could open the flood doors.
Guess who the man of the match is going to be? Not much doubt. But look at this lovely finish, as Kevin said. He just places it in there. Brannigan gets the merest of touches, but it's not enough. And Bolton, meantime, has made a substitution. As we see it again there, Goodney Bergson's on at right back in place of Scott Green. Bolton 0, Liverpool 2, both to McManaman. Europe is beginning to beckon as they look for their 5th win in this competition. McAteer chasing it, does well. Lee coming in there. Patalainen very nearly finished it off. Here's Bergson. Crossed in by him. Ruddock getting it away. Bergson again. Patalainen again. And a great shot. A wonderful goal by Thompson. That's a sensational goal.
Well, we did say if anyone was going to get a goal for Bolton, I did feel it was going to be this lad. He's a lad I had, actually, so I'll be getting some stick for letting him go, I suppose, but you can't take it away from him. He's been involved in everything positive that they've done. But watch this, his composure, and it just rifles in the corner. I mean, what a goal.
So 2-1 now.
It's amazing, Brian, isn't it? How often when you get a goal you're at the most vulnerable to concede one, and they say the first 2 or 3 minutes after you've scored is the most
That's when you've got to get your tackles in, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can't do much about that. I mean, it was just a classic goal. Tremendous strike.
I mean, the composure of the young fellow, had it on his chest and turned it, and I mean, it was an amazing piece of skill.
It's as if he said to James, try and keep this one out, pal. You've kept the last one out, you're not getting this one. It was a tremendous strike.
So McManaman, the scorer here of 2, offside against Fowler, 23 years old. And a response from Alan Thompson, 21 years old. Here's Gudni Bergson, the substitute, who's on. Spurs fans will remember him well. Patalainen. Oh, here's McGinley. There's the threat again to Liverpool. The man who's worked under Shankly and under Paisley and Fagan and Dalglish and Graham Souness has now brought a Liverpool side of his own to Wembley and is now just a matter of seconds away from winning it. Liverpool win the Coca-Cola Cup. They win it by 2-1. Roy Evans has made his mark as a Liverpool manager and gets the congratulations from the bench. The man of the match, Steve McManaman, with both the goals. And maybe the best goal of all, that fantastic effort from Alan Thompson brought Bolton back into the game to provide us with a Coca-Cola Cup final to remember. A cup from Sir Stanley Matthews for Ian Rush. It's Liverpool again.
Liverpool's first ever League Cup trophy came in 1981 and is in our top 10 list. At number 4, the Hammers were the victims, but only at the second time of asking. It was all square at Wembley, and when they reconvened at Villa Park, the winner came from a rather unlikely source.
At number 4.
And West Ham have certainly got plenty back, taking Brian Clough's point there. McDermott playing it in. Dalglish! So Liverpool's corner. Jimmy Case with it. Curled in there once more towards Hansen! And the goal!
You really got your game together tonight.
Well, that was fabulous. You know. If we play like that, especially the first 45 minutes, if we keep playing like that, doesn't one will beat us.
And what a familiar sight that is for a Liverpool captain to raise the cup aloft. But it's the Football League Cup for the first time, now going back to Anfield.
Ronnie Whelan became the Milk Cup kid when Liverpool took on Spurs in the final of 1982. The Reds retained the trophy but had to come from behind and win it in extra time. Tottenham had never lost at Wembley and thought they were home and dry, but it was Ronnie to the rescue and just in the nick of time.
At number 3.
And Hoddle tries to get Archibald through behind the Liverpool defence. Archibald all the way! Couldn't get to it, but he might get to this. Villa going in there, using his shoulder. Johnson playing it in. Willian! Well, that was Ardila's mistake and it's Rush. And now it's Dalglish. He's onside. Is this the decisive moment? He's played for Whelan! And he's done it again! That's astonishing. The first time he's ever played at Wembley. And he's got 2 of the goals. It falls for Sammy Lee. And what about that for a ball? Inviting Ian Rush to make a charge, to take it round Price, to play it for David Johnson. Stopped by Clements, but it's not away yet. Rush! 3-1.
There must have been a time when you thought you weren't going to get anything from this cup final.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to turn sour on the Milk Cup. But anyway, all's well that ends well.
Bruce Grobbelaar enjoying every moment of his celebrations of his first appearance at Wembley Stadium. Cigar and all.
You're watching Top 10 League Cup memories and we're down to the last 2. For the runner-up spot, we've looked no further than 1983 when Ronnie Whelan once again emerged as the Milk Marketing Board's favourite face. Manchester United were on the receiving end of a superb Whelan winner, proving once again the cream always rises to the top.
At number 2.
The 2 best supported clubs in the country contest the season's first major domestic prize. the fans have parted with over £1 million to see whether Liverpool can become the first club to win this competition 3 years running, or whether Manchester United can win just their second important trophy since 1968. Bob Paisley has brought Liverpool to Wembley for the 11th time in the last 7 seasons, but this looks like being his last visit as a manager. There's a slight breeze, but the sun doing its best to come out, and it's certainly a dry and clear day, which has brought the fans, as usual, a capacity crowd, the fans down to Wembley to follow 2 of the country's greatest clubs. Liverpool play their expected side. The only man not to have played at Wembley before is number 10 Craig Johnston, and the substitute is David Fairclough because David Hodgson has flu. For Manchester United, number 5 Kevin Moran plays despite a depressed fracture of the cheekbone. He actually played Gaelic football at Wembley 7 years ago, but there are 3 players who've not played here before. 17-year-old Norman Whiteside at number 10, right back Mike Duxbury, and also number 4 Remy Moses. And in the absence of Brian Robson, a lot depends as captain and competitor on number 7 Ray Wilkins. Bob Paisley unpretentious as always, whereas his more extrovert counterpart Ron Atkinson will be determined to enjoy the day just as much. The colours are the reverse of the 1977 final. United today in white, playing from the left, and Liverpool in their familiar red. Manchester United have lost only 1 of their last 17 games. Nice turn away from Moran and away from Wilkins. McQueen saved United. Koppel. Foul by Whelan. McQueen. Looks for Whiteside. Took it down beautifully. Turned away from Hansen. Whiteside! What a fantastic goal by the 17-year-old after 12 minutes play. Norman Whiteside. The ball played forward by Gordon McQueen, and just watch this. Norman Whiteside turns Alan Hansen, and in almost the same movement, having resisted the challenge, drives past Grobbelaar. Here's Souness. Neil. He hit his hand rather, that wasn't intentional. Wilkins. Johnston. Lee. Again, the outlet is the fullback, Kennedy. Scored in the Milk Cup final 2 years ago when it was known as the League Cup against West Ham. The man who scored the winning goal against Real Madrid in Paris in the European Cup final. The ball played to him by Sammy Lee, and Kennedy strikes left foot going away from Bailey, who might have got his fingers to it, but you can never rule out Liverpool. They've come back with the equaliser. But here's Whiteside. They've come back with the equaliser with 15 minutes to go. Will we now have extra time? Or has Alan Kennedy's goal even set up a Liverpool victory with United depleted, remember, by the switch in defence? Whiteside. Now Ray Wilkins. Whiteside won't reach that. That's Lawrence's. Liverpool, last season against Tottenham, pulled away in extra time. Will they do so again? Kennedy. Whelan. Souness. Dalglish. Fairclough trying to get a touch on it. Again, Duxbury's was the important interception. Muran's the pass. And Whiteside's the opportunity. If he can check and just play it. But he Johnson beat him. And released, rushed to find Dalglish. Rushed to his right, Fairclough in the centre. Kenny Dalglish is right through. Oh, and a good save. Dalglish holds his head. He might have preferred to get it further into the corner, but the goalkeeper got down to his left quickly. So, chance number 1 in extra time goes to Liverpool, as indeed the last chance of the normal period did, and they haven't taken either. The Milk Cup final in extra time, Liverpool trying to win it for the 3rd year running, and Manchester United having led for so long, playing with only 10.5 men really. Here's Dalglish. Shot struck Macari. Kennedy. Whelan. And again, Whelan scored it! Brilliant goal! Ronnie Whelan, who got 2 last year against Spurs, has scored the second for Liverpool today. 99 minutes. And Whelan made it look simple. But it's the sort of goal that if an overseas player had scored it, we would all have said, well, where's that in the English game? Well, he's an Irishman, but as Gary Bailey took the near post position, Whelan curled that beyond his left arm to put Liverpool in front for the first time in the final. Koppel. So they've come late again, but that's a good sign from Wilkins that Manchester United are by no means finished. Stapleton's flick. And a good ball there by Whiteside, trying to find Muren, well cut out by Neil, and Fairclough onside, his 3rd opportunity. And the 3rd time he's failed. Perhaps Bob Paisley will reflect that had David Fairclough had more first-team football, he would have done better with those chances. But it doesn't matter now, because Liverpool have won the Milk Cup competition for the 3rd year running. Ronnie Whelan is their match winner for the 2nd year running. Alan Kennedy has scored a goal at Wembley in this competition for the 2nd final in 3 years. A brave and valiant effort by Manchester United, whose forces were depleted by injuries to Moran and McQueen. They reorganised, they never gave up the fight, but Liverpool, despite not playing at times to their own high standards, were always fitter and always stronger in extra time. There'll be a few people wondering what might have happened, with no disrespect to Ray, had Brian Robson been fit to play and had Gordon McQueen and Kevin Moran stayed the distance. And so Liverpool's acquisition of prizes goes on. And what a good idea to let Bob Paisley, in his last season as manager, on his last visit to Wembley in that capacity, what a nice touch that he should lead the team up. I'm sure the players, among others, insisted upon that. This man has won 19 major prizes, and he finishes up, quite rightly and properly, as a winner. And all Bob will say, I'm sure, is thanks to his players, and the championship is still to come. One of the most emotional moments, surely, in recent Wembley history. Bob Paisley, universally liked throughout the game, takes the cup ahead of his captain Graham Souness. A marvellous moment that, and one fully deserving of a club that have always believed in doing the right thing at the right time. Well, he's made a little bit of history there, Bob Paisley. I'm sure the manager has never gone up before ahead of the captain to receive a trophy, but it couldn't happen to a more respected figure in football. And Graham Souness, I'm sure above it, all the other players, as the captain, keen to see Bob Paisley enjoy this moment. Liverpool, winners of this competition, 3 years running. That in itself is a record for a club who go on acquiring one prize after another. well tested today by Manchester United. But again, Liverpool's ability to stay the course is the key factor on the big occasion. One remembers the significance when Bill Shankly, the late Bill Shankly, walked off Wembley for the last time as a manager. And today, Bob Paisley, who succeeded him against Bob's better wishes at the time in 1974, today he makes that walk in that capacity for what is almost certainly the last time. Unless they can persuade him to carry on, Bob Paisley is walking out of one of the great arenas of football, which he has done so much to lift with his team's performances and behaviour.
And so to the number one choice in our Top 10 League Cup memories, and it had to be 1984, the final that saw both halves of Merseyside descend on a rain-swept Wembley, with the Reds desperate to underline their superiority, and the Blues, led by Howard Kendall, in search of their first piece of silverware in 14 years. If the match wasn't a classic, the occasion was as monumental as it was historic, and after a tense goalless draw in London, it was at Main Road 3 days later when skipper Graham Souness clinched Joe Fagan's first trophy as manager. That week in March will live long in the memory for all the players and both sets of supporters.
At number 1.
So it's Liverpool then who'll be kicking off. All red strip, Everton in blue shirts with white shorts. Liverpool attacking the goal to the right, the 1984 Milk Cup final. The first all Merseyside Wembley occasion is underway. And Lawrenson gets it back for an immediate touch from the extrovert Bruce Grobbelaar. That's Hansen. Bailey. Sharp. There's two good balls he's won in the air, but Heath and Grobbelaar's missed it. And was that a handball? The referee looked towards the lineman, and Everton are claiming furiously that was a handball. And Heath came so close to giving Everton a surprise lead, and you saw the sign there from the referee, or the linesman rather, saying it came off his leg, and it looked a handball to me, Brian.
I think it just might have finished in the back of the net.
Stevens. Moving again towards Heath, but there are taller men there. And a shot into the side netting again by Kevin Richardson. To the left, very little room to spare. And Everton in these opening minutes are making the running. Caught on the volley, Grobbelaar diving, side netting, goal kick. Mountfield getting under this one, challenged by Rush. It falls for Kenny Dalglish. Rush being pursued out there by Mountfield. Reed is in there, did well, did Rush there. Dalglish turning it back, and Johnston just over the top. Very nearly making something out of nothing there. And in fact, Rush's contribution away on the far side, getting that back with the pass there, was absolutely superb. Dalglish took it up, a beautiful little chip. Here comes Craig Johnston, and a goal kick to Everton. Back with Southall, we're now playing time added on at the end of those 15 minutes. Alan Robinson is looking at his watch, and the whistle has gone, and it's 0-0, and the teams will have to meet again at Main Road, Manchester on Wednesday evening. Hansen. A nice little ricochet, very welcome there for Everton, and Heath finding Sharp and keeps it in play. Coming towards Harper, will he get it on the volley? No, he plays it back. Here comes for Reed, and a good save by Grobbelaar. The first real save of the day, or the night rather, by a goalkeeper, and it's Bruce Grobbelaar saving from Peter Reed, and doing well. Harper, a nice little touch back in there. Stevens miscuing. Reed on the turn, and that would have just crept in. Little dummy by Johnston, gets it back from Rush. It'll come maybe for Dalglish, just nicking it away from Richardson. Souness spreading it for Neil. Played on again for Johnston. Here's Dalglish. Neil in for Souness. And a goal! Souness for Liverpool. great shot out of nothing there by the Liverpool captain. Neil plays it in, Souness catching it, beating the dive of Southall, and Liverpool into the lead. Brian?
It was a brilliant taken goal, and it took the Everton goalkeeper completely by surprise. He didn't even have enough time to get off his line.
Stevens playing it in, Grobbelaar catching it.
Every time he's had to come out in this match so far, he's caught absolutely beautifully.
And what a good break here by Liverpool. Rush is on the way. Will it be number 2? No, stopped by Southall. They were played onside by a defender on this side of the field, and two of them, Dalglish and Rush, were suddenly clear of the rest of the field. Well, they always say goalkeepers have to be, I think they call it leg conscious. And
he spread himself well, but a striker of this lad's quality should have put that away quite easily. There's no such thing as an easy chance, but if there's going to be one, that was it.
Sharp, Reed, can they yet do it? Sharp again, Stevens with a chance to play it in. It's over, and Liverpool have won the Milk Cup of 1984, the first ever final between these all Merseyside rivals, and that's how it finishes. Graham Souness's goal in the first half is the one that keeps the sides apart, and what about that for a jig of joy and a victory for Liverpool, for Joe Fagan. That old familiar scene, Liverpool raise the trophy yet again. And the man who's got it is the man who scored the goal that mattered, that won the cup for Liverpool.